Hey guys, Dr. Paul here. Finding the right dentist can be really difficult, so in this video I want to try and make this process a bit simpler for you. To make it easier, I'm going to compare it to looking for somewhere to eat. Let's say you're going out for dinner, you're going to a new area you haven't been to before, you want to try and find the right place. The first thing you'll do is you might ask some friends who have been to the area before. Say, hey John, what do you think of the food at this place? Can you recommend anywhere that you've been? If you don't have friends that have been there, the next thing that I'll do is you look on Google. So what I'll normally do is I'll zoom into the area that I'm looking at and I'll hit search for restaurants. I'll immediately rule out any that are less than 4, but more than likely anything that are less than 4.5. The reason I'm not going straight for a 5 is that I know that you can't actually make everyone happy, and same thing in the dental setting. So it'd be silly to rule out anyone that's not a 5 because you might be missing out on some great opportunities there. Once I've found the 4.5 and above, then I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to look at the reviews. Why was it good? Was it because it was fast service? Was it friendly staff? I want to make sure that what I'm reading is legitimate and why they actually liked it to see if it clicks with me. If you're spoiled for choice and there's a lot that are above 4.5, then set your benchmark maybe up to 5. If you've got a few practices that have got like 200 reviews and they're 5-star, you're probably onto a winner there. When you are looking at the reviews as well and reading them, see what they actually do like about them in terms of the treatment that they're offering. For example, if you're going to a place for Invisalign, see if any of the reviews have the word Invisalign in them. If they don't, maybe they're not the right practice because they might not do much of that Invisalign. They might be more towards extractions or they only do veneers. If there's a certain treatment you're looking for, look for that in the reviews. When I'm finding somewhere to eat, I'll also make sure that the food that they're serving is food that I actually like. So I'll go in, I'll look at the pictures and make sure, okay, yeah, I could eat that, my wife could eat that. This actually works for us. Similarly with the dentist, you can do that. You can look at their portfolio on their Instagram or even on their website. So let's say that you're looking for some veneers. If you go on and find that their veneers that they do are really, really unnatural and you don't like that style, we'll go to the next person that you've just reviewed and see what veneers they have. If you have someone that has a range of styles that they offer or they've got a style that you really like, then that's a really good sign. Don't get me wrong, all of these are really important, but the next one I think probably tops the list. And it's, is this person a good person? The reason this is so important is because if you actually can develop a relationship with that person, you actually get along with them, you'll be much more comfortable just going through the whole process. You'll be more likely to trust them. Most importantly for me is that you'll actually be comfortable to give them feedback. Let's say that we make you some veneers or we prepare an Invisalign plan for you, but you really don't like it. If you don't feel comfortable with the person, you might not feel comfortable to then say, hey, you know what? I don't like the shapes of these veneers, or I don't like what you've done with my Invisalign. And you'll just accept it and you'll settle and you'll never really be happy. Then you might have to go to someone else a couple of years' time to get it fixed. If you do like the person and you get along well with them and they feel like they're supportive and it's a safe place, then you're much more likely to be able to tell them, you know what? Those veneers, I really like them, but I want that corner to be a bit more rounded, or I want that one to be a little bit longer. Can we please send them back? It's really important that you get along well with the person and you feel like you can vibe with them. It's hard to know this until you've actually met the person, but beforehand, you'll know this from reviews from your friends or reviews that you'll read on Google. It might be that they're a very supportive place, the staff are really nice, the dentist is really nice, or it might be on their Instagram. Do they show some of their personal side, what they get up to on the weekends, what they like? Are they a real normal person, or are they just this robotic dentist that knows how to do really nice looking veneers, but you won't actually get along well with them? I think it's important that you do. If you're looking for somewhere to eat, you probably don't want to go to the place that's really old looking, has a bad looking website, using old technology. You might be thinking, are they using the best practices to actually cook my food? Similar with dentistry, if there's an old practice that has an old website, old machinery, old techniques, are they the best to be getting your work done with? If you've got a newer practice that's more up to date with technology, you can possibly assume as well that they're more up to date with the latest techniques for your teeth. Now use this more if like you've got about 10 to choose from and you can't differentiate them. Then look at their website. Is it an updated website? Does it look really nice? Have they got photos of the staff or is it just stock photos? The better someone's website is, possibly it's a better business and better dentistry. Now I will say take this with a grain of salt because some places, they might be so busy they don't need to put time into their website and update it and have it looking really nice. So use this more if you have like 10 to choose from and you want to make your choice a little bit easier. So now you've chosen where you want to eat, the next thing is to actually call them and make a booking. Now sometimes when you actually call, they'll be super busy, they'll feel like they're rushing you, they don't have a lot of time for you. That can throw you off a little bit. However, I would caution you because what if they've got like 2 customers in front of them waiting, they've got another table over there that needs their order, they're short staffed because of COVID. Don't let this really short conversation with you throw you off your whole experience and choose to not go there. Similar with the dentist, there might be a few patients in front of them that are waiting. There might be another phone next to them that's on hold. If you don't have the best experience over the phone, don't let that turn you off too much. You've just done all of this research. Just because it wasn't the best phone conversation doesn't mean they aren't going to be the right place for you. They might have just been busy at the time. So now you've made the appointment, the day has come, you're actually going to the practice. You'll get a feel for the place, you'll get a feel for the staff, the whole practice, and then you'll finally get to meet the dentist. You'll go through, you'll tell them what you want, what you're looking for, what your expectations are, and they will then tell you what they think they can do for you. If everything feels right, you're happy with the treatment, you're happy with the pricing, you feel like you can get along with the person, don't complicate things. Go ahead with that person. However, if something doesn't feel right, it's okay to get a second opinion. Let's say that you really like the person, but you weren't sure about the treatment presented, you want to get a second opinion on that, you can. If you find that, oh no, what he was saying is right, then you can go back to that person. But if you don't click with that person, you don't feel like you get along with them, maybe try dentist number 2 on your list. If you get along with them, then go with them. My main takeaway would be don't complicate things. If you get along really well with dentist number 1 and everything seems right, go with them. If you try and get second, third, fourth opinion, you'll end up with choice paralysis and you won't choose anyone and it'll just complicate things. If you like dentist number 1, go with them. The last thing that I'm going to comment on is price. Now, dentistry, it is expensive. So I can completely understand when a patient says, it's just too expensive, I want to try and find somewhere else. While I do get that, one other thing that I will say is that typically you do get what you pay for. If a dentist charges a little bit more, it might be because the laboratory they use to make their veneers, they're a more expensive lab because they use really high quality materials. Or they might have more expensive equipment to do better treatment for your teeth. There's a whole range of reasons why someone might be more expensive than someone else. And like I said, typically you do get what you pay for. So if you're looking at all the reviews, they're 5-star, you've got a friend that went there, they really like them, you got along well with the person, but they're expensive, probably expensive for a reason. Now, in saying that, if you find dentist A is really good, but they're very expensive, more expensive than what you can actually afford, and you go to dentist B and they can do the same treatment, they're a bit cheaper, and you get along well with them and the reviews make sense and their work looks really good, then I don't think it's a bad thing to go with dentist B, because sometimes people just don't charge as what as the other person does. It might be that their rent is less, they have less staff overheads. There are different reasons why people charge different amounts. So I guess take it with a grain of salt. It's not always that a cheaper dentist isn't going to provide the same experience and quality the more expensive dentist does, but typically you do get what you pay for. So don't always use price as the indicator on should you choose someone or not. If you're happy with what they're presenting, you're happy with the dentist and the staff and the practice, it all seems like it's the right place for you, but it's a bit more expensive, it might be worth paying that little bit more to get the smile of your dreams. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope that video helped. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section, or if you're on Instagram, feel free to DM me. Have a great day and keep on smiling.